Happy Friday night, folks. Welcome back to the channel. Keith here from Commander Hoop Celtic. I hope you are all doing well on this fabulous Friday night. First, before we kick off the questions, I just want to say a massive thank you yet again to my subscribers for the 9,000. We hit it earlier than we expected, but obviously my hard work's paying off, so that's the most important. But let's engage with you. So let's see what you feel about going into this game tomorrow. It's our second game at home this season. Well, not this season, in 2022, you could say, second half of the season. So let's kick it off. It was obviously a good result the other night. It was a nerve-wracking game. I don't think any Celtic fan felt comfortable in the second half watching that. But look at 3 valuable points and Tynecastle playing a good Dundee side tomorrow as well. So once we can get over the line, focus on Wednesday. But I know a lot of people are going to be asking me tonight, who should I start on Wednesday? I think it's too early for that. You have to see who gets through the game tomorrow. If we hopefully we don't pick up any injuries, because the people have been asking me for like 3 weeks now. Who do you think should start? And like a couple of international call-ups, a couple of injuries in there as well. So get the comments in, and be great to hear from you. It's the 6 people on so far. Hello, Sarah. How are you? I hope you're well. Hope you're well. So I'll just take this little banner off for a second and show you the t-shirt I'm wearing, the old Koyogo. Koyogo, cha. Wearing the Koyogo. So yeah. Look, it should be a full house tomorrow, Celtic Park. As I said, it's the second home game of 2022, and then the third one will obviously be Rangers. You want to call them? Good old look at this mug as well. Beast, absolute beast. So let's see what the comments are coming through. I think we got this in the bag. Well, they won the other night. They did against Ross County. Dundee did. They won 2-1. Was their first win in 6 games. The last time they played us, we drew 1-1. So I wouldn't get too comfortable about it. We should have it in the back. Should have enough on that pitch. I don't know if we have enough on the bench to make a difference, but we'll see what happens. Let's see, Liam, how are you? Hopefully, a good game tomorrow. 3 points ready for Wednesday. Hopefully, that's it. All you can do is be optimistic, go on with a positive attitude, and see who Ange feels at the end of the day. Just speaking of transfers, doesn't look like he's going to get anyone else in for the window unless something drastic happens. So I think he's happy with Ideguchi, Atate, Maeda, O'Reilly, and Johnny Kenny as well. So let's see what happens. If you can press that share button on the channel, there's a share button there below the screen. Just click that there and even share it to a couple of pals or WhatsApp or something and Snapchat. Scales or Taylor? For tomorrow, I'd go with Scales. Like regards to Taylor's performance the other night, some people said he played well. I think he played personally shit. Those straight, which is I thought he was absolutely horrendous. Couple of crosses in the box, second half, one or two decent crosses, but he just has that confidence to push forward and go on a run like the days of Izagiri and Tierney. Just doesn't have that confidence. And we're lacking that. I'd rather play Jovanovic left back and play Ralston right back. At least you're guaranteed there's going to be runners there. So see what happens. I'm going to give you me starting lineup in about, let's say, 15 minutes. So I just want to get through these comments. This live is all about user comments and see what the situation is. How's it going, Mark D of Cut Rock R? What a name. What a name. No excuses not to take this one out. The players have to keep impressing while others are out. Exactly. Earn that jersey. There's players out. There's players suspended. Well, not players suspended. Players on international duty. Take it. Take that jersey. Make a claim on it. Make it yours for these crucial games. So, yeah. Hell, William. Hope you're well. That looks like Prague or Paris in the background. Hell. Hopefully Musa and Dembele was there, was he? Right. So, how's it going, Aaron? Hope you're well. But the other night, we go back to the other night. Defensively, I thought we done well. I thought Starfelt played really well the other night. And Carter Vickers got to bail them out towards the end. With Starfelt, there was a cross in the second half. It looks like it was guaranteed for goal, and he just got a crucial interception on it, which was brilliant. Not bad, not bad. Reminds me of that Linkin Park video, Numb. That's the same bridge, is it? Taylor was poor. Sit tomorrow. Scales, give Scales a go. Like, there's no harm giving Scales a go at the end of the day. Like, what? Like, he's done. And look at the last time he had a good game. It was against Dundee United, and that was up in Tannadice. We won 3-0. Turnbull scored, Scale scored, and Tom Rogers scored an absolute beauty. Took the ball up the right wing, took four players on. That was a cracking goal. Even won goal of the month. That's how good it was. How's it going, Paul? Hope you're well. 3 points is a must. 100%, man. 100%. At the end of the day, we can't take any team for granted. I keep saying this on the channel. Every match in the league is a cup final. Every single match, because we know what's at the end of it. We all want the trophy. We all want to win the league, but we want the Champions League most. There's an extra incentive this season, the push, definitely. And the Celtic jerseys do not string to inferior players. Jock Stein, the great quote. Scales needs to start against Sefco. Scales needs to start tomorrow before we start thinking about Sefco, to be honest. Let's have a look here. I think Scales should get a full run. Give him a chance. You won't lose as much as worse. The difference is that I think Scales is better attacking. He's more physical. I think Taylor's afraid to win a header. That's what I feel about Taylor. I just feel like once he gets past that halfway line, he's like he doubts himself. It's kind of like James Forrest the other night. I found was really poor, and I like to see James. He obviously start tomorrow. Just to prove doubt is wrong. I think James he's been a crucial asset for him when he's on form, and the goals he's come up with in the last decade has been unbelievable, and a great servant to the club, and he still has it. It's just he's obviously come back from injuries. Like the last 2 years have been an absolute nightmare for James Forrest. Like our only thing that we looked forward to towards the end of the season was James Forrest coming back against Dundee United. That's how bad it was. But yeah, we'd like to see young Ben Dock playing. Nah, definitely not. We need to be putting our strongest team out. Look, I know, understand youth is good, and there's a couple of teams meant me sniffing around at this young boy. I heard Swansea, I heard Liverpool as well. I had a Crystal Palace in there, but obviously one for the future. I won't be starting them. I'll be just putting out the strongest team as we can and hit them early. And the first 20 minutes start to get a couple of goals. As I said, they're not in form at the moment. They won their first win in 6 games the other night, and yeah, excuse me. I think even Jovanovic left back and Ralston right back. Ralston has been unlucky. The only thing I worried about Anthony Ralston I have touched this on the channel is with him not playing much game. Is the hunger going to be as the same it was on the pitch? With that form, you're constantly playing. Will it dip? That's the question that I'll ask you tonight, because that's my worry about Anthony Ralston. I know he's obviously trying to fight to get the right back position, but him not consistently playing, he might just go back to that kind of Ralston where before this season, and that's my fear. I might want him to keep up the momentum and playing as much football as he can, because you can't fault him. He's been outstanding this season. One or two bad games, but out of the majority of the games he's played, he's been absolutely brilliant. So let's have a look at Anthony Ralston's stats so far this season. How many games has he played? It's going on the transfer market. Have a look. Anthony Ralston. Talk us through it. I'll get you the comments now. So Ralston, 5 honours so far for Celtic's not bad considering he's been a fringe player for the last 4 years. Let's have a look. 22 appearances Ralston has. Obviously 5 goals in there. 5 assists. 541. What's this? 541 minutes. That's not right. That's not right. Contributes towards goals. But yeah, I think Ralston would be a shout for tomorrow. I think if you can play, if you even rest Jovanovic and keep him for against Rangers. I thought you played well against Rangers his debut at Ibrox. Thought you played really well. Gigi Rousseau is what he's about. Exactly. Let's talk about Giakoumakis. I thought he took his goal very well the other night. It was a cracking crossing by O'Reilly, and he scored against Alloa as well. I'm not saying boo hoo, it's a big Alloa, but you start a game, you score. What else can you want from a striker? And what you like about him is physicality. He wins a lot of free kicks for us, and I think we need to start utilising them free kicks. If he starts getting a bad one about 25 yards out, we need to start knocking them in. Get a header on it. Get a Carter Vickers. Get a Starfelt. That's all Starfelt is missing is a goal. Like he's actually been pretty good in the last 3 games. Quite comfortable as well. So we have to see. I think we can win the derby even if we got 10 injuries. Well, speaking of the derby, like Morelos didn't even get picked for for Colombia tonight, not even make the bench. How laughable is that? You know. But Maeda obviously played a half an hour for Japan the other day. Yesterday, I watched a bit of the game. I did keep the eyes on him when I was in work, and I missed the Australian game. But I seen Tommy's goal. It was a nice goal Tommy done. Got an assist as well. 74 minutes he played for the Socceroos. So if you have any Australian subscribers watching right now, please just make yourself present in the comments. It'd be great to give you a little shout out there. Just give a little shout out there. Just tell us where you're all watching from, if it's possible. Starfelt. That's it. Like it is working. Like there's no point changing it. Like there's people. I asked people today. I was like, would you start Julian? Like, do you start Julian tomorrow? Like, what's the point of changing? Like that's the the look. That's the look you're gonna play. Like if you're gonna start Julian, well, we have a solid two centre backs there. Starfelt is starting to make himself good, really good in the short. I said he's just missing that goal. If there's any injured players due back, and no players due back. He didn't say anything. Like he just said, Dembele's due back next week. Karamoko's due back next week. Full training. Could we see the return of CJ tomorrow? Who's CJ? Christopher Christopher Julian. Sorry, no one ever called the CJ the channel. I was like, what the who's CJ? Christopher Julian. Perhaps maybe see him in the second half. It depends if we're up 2 or 3-0. I'd bring Julian on. Definitely would. Definitely would. Give him that experience. I don't think I would. I wouldn't throw him in the. I wouldn't throw him in the derby. To be honest, I think there's no point. If Starfelt is playing well, there's no point. So, hell, how's it going, Mark? Hope you're well. Hope you're well. I'm gonna stay on this to gotta stay on this till about 11:30, and I'll be going off. I won't be doing a short video. So, as I said, a massive thank you to every single one of you that have subscribed to the channel. The people that haven't subscribed to the channel, just put your thinking hat on. You want a different style of Celtic opinion? I'm here. I'm here. I do mostly hand solo, so you're better off. We get 10 plus corners in a game. How good would it be if he converted them? Oh, that's the problem. Like look at last season. Any team got a set piece against us 30 or 40 yards out, they converted it, regardless who was in goal. But I think defensively, we've only conceded 2 goals in the league at home this season. And that's pretty. You think of Sorrow's performance when he came on against Dundee United at home, absolutely atrocious. There's talks of a Yeti going back to Basel, and transfer windows open till far as I know, up until February, mid-February. So let's see what happens there. I will hopefully be doing a video of seeking to go live on Monday. Talking about the transfer window. I'm going to bring up obviously former transfers, successful transfers we had over the last 12 to 13 years. They don't have to be permanent transfers. It could be loan transfers that made an impact at Celtic as well. I've mentioned a couple already in the channel, like the likes of Barry Robson, Robbie Keane's, Paul Hartley's, Craig Bellamy. I was going to say Craig Beattie. Oh, Jesus. That's a name that we don't want to mention on the channel. You know he's a former Celt. How's it going, Callum? Hope you're well. Keith, do you think we can get another one in the door? I just think there's one more twist in there with Ange. I think there's one more. Like when he was asked today, he's kind of like, I made myself clear. There's no one else coming in. But I just think there's one more. And I think looking at it, I feel another centre back. I know Julian. I just still think we're quite vulnerable. I know we have Welch and Julian, but if one gets injured with the second half of the season, we're kind of riding on another lad to be on the sub bench. I'd go for another centre back. I know Beaton can play centre back, but I'd be happy with him as a defensive midfielder. And I thought he played pretty well the other night. Like I thought there could have been more from Beaton, but drew himself around well, done a captain's job. He's had experience. He's worked under 4 different managers since he came in at Celtic. Lennon first, then obviously Ronnie. He's got a couple of cracking goals with Ronnie, and then Brendan didn't really get much time under Brendan. He's very fringe player. He was injured a lot as well, and then under Angie's been pretty well. So you have to give him, the credit where it is with Neil Beaton. He's been at the club almost a decade, and There was stages where I said, "Look, get rid of him. He's been dead wood," but he's been a crucial player. He stepped up to the plate. He's been a senior player, and his presence has been remarkable in that team. You know, left back maybe. I thought like I don't think we need a left back. Like we have enough left backs there. Like Montgomery's going on loan to Kilmarnock. That's going to be confirmed over the weekend. The only thing I don't like about the whole thoughts of Montgomery going on loan, Astro pitch. You know, still young, still needs to be more physical. You know, he's only 19 years of age, and yeah, I don't know. This guy has a centre back. He can't play. He played centre back for Shamrock Rovers, and he can play defensive midfielder as well. Barry Robson, best January signing in recent years. I'd say Chris Commons. I'll go Chris. Chris Commons. You know, he was there for a while. Some crucial goals Chris scored. As much as he left Celtic, a lot of people didn't like the way he done his punditry. I was a big Chris Commons fan. I felt even when Ronnie kind of exiled him, I was like, you know, definitely not. Definitely not. Beaton's underrated. I done a video on Beaton last season. I felt that he was a very underrated player, very unappreciated. You know, people look at him from what he's the off the pitch antics, and I think that's you shouldn't. At the end of the day, man comes in, does a job, simple as that. You know, Chris Commons by a mile. Stevchenko as well. Everybody forget about him. You know, there's a Tom Rodgers in there, a January sign. There's a Mikael Lustig in there. Loads of one. There's loads of good January signings. You know, Andres Hinkle was a good one as well. People forget about him. Scott Bain's a January signing. People forget about that. He thrown in his debut against Rangers 3-2. Klamala, absolute. Didn't get his chance at Celtic. He's doing well in the MLS. Like, come on, he's doing well for Red Bull. Him and Lewis Morgan be playing a bit of a Celtic connection there, playing against Ronnie. Can't bring in any players in after 24 unless they're free agents. Trip. Marvin Comper, CSC. Folks, if you can press that subscribe button if you're already new watching the channel. As I said, I'm on the road to 10k. And if you Google what 10k subs means on YouTube, there's a bronze award in there. So I want to get that. If I get that before September, which is well possible, I'd be happy. I'll be happy. But look, I'm happy what I have. These are all legends. Feed the bear. How are you? Hell. How are you keeping? How are you keeping? Yeah, let's start. We start lineup right. Let's. I might change it halfway through the old live. So Hart and goal. Ralston right back, left back. I'm gonna go for Liam Scales if he's fit and ready, which he should be. Centre backs, I'm gonna go obviously Carter Vickers and Starfelt. You can't change that. You need to keep that momentum going. Definitely need to keep that going. You know, definitely. It's the same midfield. You know, you go with Hatate. What a goal! Very similar to Nakamura's goal. Everybody was trending it the other day. Nakamura. I'll rest Jovanovic. I play him on Wednesday night. I rest him and bring him on if you need to. You know, I think he needs due rest. You know, he's been outstanding. So it'll be Beaton, O'Reilly, and Hatate. Right wing, I go with Liel Abada. I think Abada has to play. There was a lot of criticism James Forrest went under. You know, he wasn't great, and to be honest, he wasn't great the other night. He wasn't great. He just could not get that clinical pass in. Just couldn't get that outside of the first shot he's notorious for. And he scored some cracking goals as well at Tynecastle. You go back to Brendan's first game in the league, and that outside of foot, you know, cracking goal, definitely. Rest centre halves. No, keep the centre halves. You know, at the end of the day, I can't see the likes of Starfelt or Carter Vickers getting injured. No, you keep that going. You don't change that. You keep that. You could bring in Julian and Welch, but them boys haven't played first team football in over the season, so definitely not. Rest Hatate, play Welch over Starfelt. Who are you going to bring in James McCarthy? No, Hatate plays. Hatate plays. Give him more that Celtic Park experience. Build him up for it. Definitely, he's still young. He's only 23. Definitely play him. No question about it. Julian will find it hard to get back in. He will, but he's a good asset to have. As far as I know, his contract is up this summer, or it could be next. I'll just double check it now. Let me see. Let me search the old Julian. Look. It's about Julian. Let's see when his contract's up. It's up at the end. It's actually up at the end of 2023. So he needs to fight to get himself a move. At the end of the day, he's 28 years of age. He's at the scoring some crucial goals for us. He's been at Celtic then. Obviously, that goal against Lazio, the goal in the cup final as well. Some crucial goals in there. So Julian needs to get himself back in there big time. 54 people watching this out tonight. Fantastic. As I said, comment below where you are watching from. If it's Scotland, Ireland, New Zealand, Canada, America, just comment below. It'd be nice to give a few wallabies a shout out. Centre halves are least likely to they'll do nothing. Look at me keep them there. So let's read this comment here from Callum again. Scales would make a really left good left centre back. People have said that on the page. It's not a bad shout. I've seen a couple of podcasts mention that as well. But it's kind of it's kind of him holding back on the Ange system. Like at least with the left back, he gets that push. You seen it the other day. Took the ball on against Dundee United at Tannadice and that cracking finishing. It's a little bit of a deflection, but you know what? No harm. No harm at all. Hello there in Belfast. Hello in Belfast. How's it going in Alaba? Bonnie, Scotland. Bonnie, Scotland. How's it going in Northampton? Hope you're well. Any update negotiations with Jota? I think Jota, as I said many times on the channel, folks, I think Jota will be end of the season negotiations. I don't think we should panic on it now. I think at the start of the window, I was very panicky about the whole thing. Him going back to Benfica, getting assessed as he would because it's his parent club. But let's see how it goes. If we don't get him, we don't get him. Look, we'll go with the market. And Ange has a good eye for a good player. If we have to recruit the Japanese market again, we will. So it's not the end of the world. We don't get Jota. He's been outstanding. He's been outstanding in the 21 games he's played for Celtic. And he's been unbelievable. He's been the best, as I said, the best left mid since we had since Scotty Sinclair, you know. You know. I'm not trying to sound biased in any way, but there's no law firm. Score predictions for the Glasgow Derby. Hopefully a win. Hopefully I'm expecting a 2-1 win. I'm not going to say me team just yet, but thanks very much, Pure Scottish Football. Great channel, by the way. Fantastic channel. I see you doing your lives as well. Good channel. Keep up the good work. Fantastic. Hopefully we'll do a collab soon. Do a collab. Istanbul. What a place. What a place. We need to get him. I think, like, if you ask me between Carter Vickers and Jota, I'd go for Carter Vickers because Carter Vickers has that kind of, that edge that he could do well in the Champions League. Defending in Europe, he's been solid. And Jota as well has scored some crucial goals in Europe for us as well. We'll need to push. We need to push and get him in. The two boys in. Look, if the board are ambitious, I think what's holding this deals up is getting rid of the deadwood, the likes of Yeti. Yeti's 2 weeks back back to full fitness training. Barcast, let's talk about the whole Barcast situation. So Wednesday, he went down to Sheffield to look at Sheffield United, and the deal fell through because they weren't willing to spend $20,000 a week. How annoying does that sound? £20,000 a week he's getting, and he's not even making the bench. Doesn't that boil your blood? Doesn't it boil your blood that it's getting to that stage? Let's knock this light off. It looks like I'm wearing. So that's even worse. Put that back on. It's just the lights the way they are. Let's go through the comments. A Greek god. A Greek god is always George Samaras. Bijan's a great servant and his natural sitting midfield. Yeah, that's it. Like, he's done a deep. There is talk of Barkas. Barkas looks like he's going to Gothenburg, and what the Celtic are willing to offload him if Gothenburg are going to pay his wages. 20,000 quid in the Swedish league. That's extortionate. I don't think they will. I wonder how much Lustig is on a week at AIK. You're like, that's mad money for a keeper. How's it going, Paul? There's no all firm. I'm not trying to sound, but there's no all firm. Will McGregor make the derby? Well, Ange hasn't given much away. He hasn't said he's going to be out long term. On Monday, when he gave that on Tuesday morning when he gave that Celtic TV saying they're gonna keep assessing him. He took a bad knock, he had a concussion. So let's see what happens there. I don't want him to play. After getting a concussion like that and his whole face is bruised, I'd rather not see him play. Because he goes out there and one of them go, woof, don't know how long he's gonna be out for then. Definitely, definitely, definitely won't play him. I would definitely not play him. I'd rather be safe than sorry. I know he's a crucial asset to the club and he's a captain, but come on, when you get something like if it was an ankle injury or a calf injury, you'd say, you know what, let's take a chance with it, But come on, his whole face is literally yellow. Definitely not. Barkas on his wage. He's been stated from there. Yeah, there's been players at the club that have been there for nearly 10 years, and some people feel like that stealing the wage. But look, at some of them being offloaded. Not worth the risk. And completely agree with you. Definitely not worth the risk starting them against Rangers. But look at tomorrow, Matt O'Reilly's debut at Celtic Park. His home debut, you could say. He had a good game the other night against Hearts. A couple of chances on target. Eight chances he made. Obviously got the assist as well. Bit fatigue at the end to come off the last 10 minutes. Is the title race over? Is the title race over for Celtic if Rangers win? No, definitely not. Definitely not. I know it could be potentially 7 points if Celtic were to lose. Even thoughts of this even hurts me, but definitely not. Okay, there's two more derbies left, and there's a lot of football to be played until May. So I wouldn't rule Celtic out. If Celtic to drop lose, definitely not. So let me see. Don't even know what that is. Whatever you're into, mate. Whatever you're into. Alright, he looks like a cracker. Oh, definitely. Jacob's cracker. He looks good. He looks like a good player. And the story I read of him taking an 85% pay cut to play for the MK Dons. He was offered a contract at Fulham. He's playing for Fulham, offered another extended contract. And he said, "No, I want to play first team football." And he done well. Done well. Kyogo update. No, I think Ange is keeping his cards close to his chest when it comes to Kyogo, like the kind of like the cup final. I just hope Kyogo's not one of these players that's won in 6 games. He comes for big games. Let's see what happens. Dingwall, Rangers up in Dingwall. I think it's the Rangers win. To be honest, which I can't see Ross County pulling out the bag there. There's like there'll be a little bit of hope, but look, they've scored against Rangers this season anyway. I think Rangers will win that comfortably. To be honest, I'm going to say 3-1 as much as I hate saying it, but it's going to be 3-1. Very impressive debut by Matt O'Reilly on Wednesday night. There, Keita, you're scared of 56. You can see the fear in your. Look at that fear. What fear? There's no 56. What you's getting a point? You's getting a point against Ross County that makes it 56 points. 56 Wilson. That's it, Frank. That's it. That's it. Let's go into the comments. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please go ahead. As I said, I appreciate the support. I look like an absolute midget here. Like if some Greek club paid me 20 grand a week to scratch me, I would be in there. Look at Jersey Dudek. Jersey Dudek was getting about 60 grand a week at Real Madrid. Guago's apparently gone for an operation, so I heard he's going to be out for 4 months. Nah, definitely not. Definitely not. He's resting. And Sundown said that he's going to rest him. He needs to extend the break because he obviously played J League football and stuff. And I know the boys as well that they're coming in that they're playing J League, but he needs it. Someone said that to me the other night. I don't know if it's yourself, Callum, that said that. O'Reilly reminds me of Joe Lelly. I have that feeling about him as well. I just have that feeling. He could be a Joe Lelly. Could be a versatile player. His footwork was class, I have to say. He has that kind of. If we beat United and beat Sefco, we're in it. We're still in it. Look, we're still in it anyway. So all you can do is just take every team as they come and field your best team that's available and get them a game and just press on them. And that type of football that Ange has nurtured into the squad has been pretty good. You know. Mm. Leading Andrew's 11, you mean? Ah, I'll leave him to. I'm not even going to ping out his comments anymore. As they say, simply obsessed. Right, let's see. I think JJ at 2 million BMS. I think Joe Hart's been our best signing this season. I'm going to do a video on that. I think Joe Hart's been our best signing because obviously saved saved us a couple of times. He's been the number one keeper as well. Joe Hart's been our signing. People might say Kyogo, but Joe Hart's played more games. You know, he's a vital part to playing them nets. So has to be. That's it. Not too bad, James, and yourself. I hope you're doing well. 78 people. So 14 more minutes, folks. I'm going to recap on me starting lineup. So it's going to be Joe Hart. I'm going to go Ralston. The simple reason I'm going for Ralston is because I want Jovanovic to rest and be full of energy for Wednesday night. Left back has to be Scales. Okay, take the gamble, Scales. See how he performs against Dundee. See what happens there. It'll obviously be CCV and Starfelt. He's not going to change that, I don't think. Beaton as the captain, even though I would rather Joe Hart, but Beaton done a decent job since he had the captain role twice this season, and we won both games away from home as well. So it has to be Beaton in there with O'Reilly and Atate. Abada has to play just to see if he's worth for the Derby game. He could have went off the rails in the last Derby game. Then it wasn't to be seen. Left wing has to be Jota, Felipe, you could say, and then up front has to be Giacomakis. So definitely. Abada for Forest, yeah, I think Abada. You know, I had to give Abada a go at home and see can he do the end product and get a goal what he done similar to one of Alawa, get it on his left and just ping it in the corner. So definitely. Alan is on a Celtic channel at 11 tonight. It's pathetic rope. Zombie. Alan who? Alan Thompson, is it? I have his book there. Still have to read it. A massive thanks to TNC Events for get me that signed book, and I have a signed John Hartson. I was gonna say Joe Hartson, John Hartson jersey coming as well. Massive thanks as well to Ed's Independent Shop in Alloa for the signed top coming my way. So yeah, always enjoyed the jersey collection video. If you haven't seen that, all the away jerseys, I will be doing the home one soon. Definitely. Let's see. Good evening, Glasgow Rebel. I hope you're doing well. As I said, folks, give that share button below a little taparoo. Just share it, put it on WhatsApp to a couple of the lads or whoever. When is Gucci back? That's a tough one to actually answer. I'd say probably 3 to 4 weeks. It looked like a bad tackle. I honestly don't know. There hasn't been much. Ange hasn't given much away about that. You never know. He might start on Wednesday. But after that tackle, the guy that actually got banned, got too much ban. Niang got too much ban today. Start the way we did at Tynecastle and kill the game off. I see the only problem is when we're playing at home, so obviously you have that extra momentum, more comfort, the 12th man at Celtic Park. We should have beaten Hearts 4-0. You should have been up 4-0 at half time. And the first 15 minutes of that game was absolutely horrendous to watch. It got to the stage where I was like, have we actually got the ball past around half yet? And then we eventually got. But yeah, look at you can't. We can only judge a player by his last performance and his next performance. It could be a cracking performance, but I've had the jury out with Taylor this season. I've had the jury about Mikey Johnson. Mikey Johnson needs a long move. Simple as that. Doesn't do it for me. If he's agreeing with me, I disagree. Just get the comments. Go ahead. 10 minutes left, folks. How far do you think Celtic can go in the UEFA Conference League? I'm hoping they get I hope they get past the next round, so they'll be playing on Paddy's Day. To be honest with you, a couple of family members coming out for Paddy's Day to Dublin, so I'd say the last day. To be honest with you, I don't really want them in the Conference League because it's a distraction for domestic football. Domestic football is the bread and butter here. What would you rather do? Go for a Conference League third tier UEFA competition and get Europa League spot, or while you can throw all your darts at the board for your Champions League winning the title. The title's more valuable. But I think the last day, pure Scottish football. Give him a follow as well, or a sub. I like Starfelt. He just lacks a wee bit of concentration now and again. at the end of the day, it's mostly an easy shift. The only thing I don't like about Starfelt is the way he passes the ball. He's like he drags his whole leg across when he passes the ball. It's like he turns like an 18 wheeler. But it's the only thing I'd but as I said, Starfelt needs a goal. And imagine he came up with the goal on Wednesday night. Imagine the scenes, the absolute scenes. I'll be going around the pub with my top off. Yeah. I'll be in Padder Brown's. If anyone is in Dublin, I'll be in Padder Brown's on Wednesday night to watch the game. So if you're in there in Dublin, Padder Brown's at Glanbesson Street, it's a ticket only event. Last time I was speaking to the owner, he told me there was 10 tickets left, and that was yesterday. So it's £7 a ticket, just under £7. So there'll be two acts on as well. Chris of Aaron Brad's gonna be on, fantastic performer. So looking forward to it. Looking forward to it. So I have to make sure I'm fresh for work the next day. But I will do a post match reaction if it's outside in the dark in the pub or in the pub. I'll see what the situation is. So be patient with me, folks. Be patient with me on Wednesday night. You know, the last time I done a post match reaction from Padder Browns, I lost me. My voice was gone. So just be patient with me, as I said. See you Paradise tomorrow, lads. That's it. Well, lucky. I wish I was gone myself, but Daddy's used the tent. They'll pay good money for you to keep your top on. Oh, definitely, 100%, 100%. No one wants it. No one wants to see that keg belly. I don't think Forrest will be Celtic quality again unless he has a major champ. That's a bit. That's bold. But look, there's everybody's entitled to opinion, 100%. But no, I think Forrest just needs to run of games. But I'd rather start a bad tomorrow. Okay, I don't. Let's check Instagram. So if he's have Instagram and he's haven't followed it, it's Come on the Hoops Celtic on Instagram. Get on it. Same with Facebook. If you click on the channel, go across and you'll see the about and you see all the links. I'm on TikTok and all I am. So let's see. We've done a poll earlier on Jamesy Forrest. Right. So I put a poll saying is a Tate's goal of the season. 88% of people said yeah. How many votes did we have? We had 175 votes. Pretty good. Pretty good. So we have 64% of people have voted for James Forrest to start the derby. 64% of people. And that's how many people was that? That was 94 people voted yes. And 53 people said no. So there you go. There is a bit of spark for James Forrest. He's used to the occasion. He scored against them. He scored 3 goals against them as well. So Jamesy boy, I think 4 goals actually against them. Maeda could be back. I wouldn't. You see, the problem is with these lads coming back from international. I know Maeda and Ambrose is a completely different comparison. But remember Ambrose won the African Cup of Nations with Nigeria back in 2013. They stuck him in against Juve, and it was an absolute shit show. But you should have played Rania that night, Thomas Rania. I wouldn't bring these boys on. I know they could be back by the first. You know, jet lag. You know, missing out preparations and stuff like that. I wouldn't stick my 8 in. You know, if you don't know what I know you only played a half an hour for Japan the other night. You know, but definitely not. Let's have a look. Is Japan have another fixture? Japan football. See, they have a game on the 4th of February against Saudi Arabia. Definitely not stick him in there. So what time is that? Quarter past 10. 10:14 in the morning. What's the story with the 10:14? Playing Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia at the top of the group as well. I definitely won't play him. No, definitely not. Bring him as a sub, maybe. Definitely not. Don't. I don't think we look like a track harness. We just need to work on it. You know. Welch got a couple of goals for us from set pieces this season. I would start Jota and Abada. I think Abada has been top quality in the past few games he's played. Maybe right. But some people want to start Doak tomorrow. I don't think it's time to start Doak. We're going out to win, get 3 points against Dundee. You know, it's not like a second stream team we're playing here. When you go and get 3 points, they got points away from us. Points at Celtic Park. already this season, so we can't take this team for granted. I know they're on a poor dip at the moment, but we need to go out there and hopefully Goodell Starfelt gives Tony Watt a shifting. So let's see. More clubs than Tiger Woods, Tony Watt, I tell you. 3 points is a must, 100%. 100%. I agree with you, Tom. I agree with you there. I'm not a fan of Taylor. I just think he's nowhere near the level. And as I said, I don't know if we're living in that dilemma that we have never replaced Tierney left back, but it's just not, just doesn't do the job, to be honest with you. Out the traps tomorrow. What's the score predictions for tomorrow, folks? 4 minutes left before I end the live. As I said, you haven't subscribed, please press that red button. It's not a Sky remote. Please press that red button. Let's see. Let's see. Has anyone subscribed since one subscriber? Come on, one subscriber. Let's get that up. Tell me if you've already subscribed. Let's get that. Press that red button there. You know. 3-0, 2-0. I'm gonna say 3-0 tomorrow myself. I'm gonna say the goals are gonna come from Jota, Giakoumakis. I'm gonna fancy. I know this sounds a bit strange. I'm gonna fancy O'Reilly to score tomorrow. Fancy O'Reilly, you know. Do you think the team are missing Turnbull since he's been out? I think Turnbull's going to find it hard to get into the squad with Tate and O'Reilly as well. You know, and Rogic, I think he's going to find it tough. And it's sad because Turnbull's a good player, but he just does not suit the Ange ball. Doesn't suit the Ange ball. And I'm a big fan of Turnbull, you know. I think he has potential to be a really good player. It's just missing that pace wise. You know. Look at if it's 1-0 tomorrow, I think we'll all be happy. He's not a good look. He's not a bad looking lad. I wouldn't mind looking like him myself. Have a bit of money, a bit of dough. But Tony Watt plays for Dundee United now, Anthony. As I said, more clubs than Tiger Woods. He's getting as bad as Robbie Keane these days. Turnbull's good, but O'Reilly and Rio are better. See, look, we've seen two games of Rio at Tate. We've only seen one game of O'Reilly, and O'Reilly looks like a battler. But like Turnbull needs to fight for that jersey when he's fully fit. Talks of Turnbull should be back by 20th of February. Perhaps David Turnbull. Turnbull has some good free kick stature out of him as well. Good dead ball expertise. Let's see what happens. So 2 minutes left, folks. That was nasty. What was nasty? Oh, I thought we did. Tony, what? Truth. Truth. 80, as I said. I try get on tomorrow night, folks, for our live podcast. It'll be late. It'll be after about 9 o'clock because I'm busy tomorrow. So after the game, I'm quite busy. So I'll try get on tomorrow night. Keep an eye out for me. I'll put up a message on the channel anyway. I'm a Turnbull fan. I'm not missing him one bit. I just think when you look at the likes of Tate coming in on his debut against Hibs and the way he took it, you know, he's an exciting prospect, you know, has the pace, he's the box to box. Turnbull's not a box to box midfielder. I'm sorry, he may have done that for Motherwell, but he's not a box to box midfielder. The guy looks like he's exhausted all the time. He was even in Bulgaria a few years ago. Like myself, been to Bulgaria a couple of times there. Subscribe there. Thank you very much. That's another one to bite dust closer to that iconic 10k. We're up to 2 more subs. 2 more subs. These are absolutely brilliant. Tate and O'Reilly looked the part. McCarthy, force player, seen put him on. He looked all right the other day. Looked all right. You know, he defended well when he came on. You know, McCarthy just doesn't suit Ange football, unfortunately. And I was looking forward to when we signed that he was going to be like, you know, a leader around that pitch, or you know, like a kind of a Scott Brown replacement. But just hasn't worked out. But like Beaton's done a decent job holding that defensive midfield position. So there's no point moaning about it too much. So yeah, that's it. I'm going to leave it there, folks. 45 minutes of a fantastic live. So I'll try get a short video in before kick off tomorrow. But just want to say thank you very much to everyone subscribed to the channel, and thank you very much for helping me reach that Mountain Samaras, that 9K. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it. And if you can do me a favor, all I'm asking is press that share button, share the video, tell your pals on WhatsApp or Snapchat. If they like it, they like it. They don't, they don't. You can't please everyone in life, but just all you can do is do what I can. But yes, thank you very much, and I really appreciate it. As I said, I'll be back tomorrow night, hopefully, for the chat, and we'll catch up, and hopefully it's a win tomorrow for Celtic. 3-0, final prediction. And just to recap: Hart, Ralston, Scales, Cameron Carter Vickers, Starfelt, Beaton, O'Reilly, Etate, Abade, Jota, and GG up front. 3-0, 3-0 Celtic. So speak to you all soon, folks. Good night. Hail, hail. Enjoy the rest of your evening. And we'll catch up tomorrow. Up to Celtic.